Alright, it's been a bit. I took some time off from doing this, as I got distracted by tons of other things, both real life and not. But it is time to continue this and perhaps finish it? I don't really know how deep this goes. Standing at the helm. Is that a... That's a different Olafel, right? You don't have that mustache. You don't. Oh no, is your dad coming? Tatarama wishes you to assist him in procuring another part for the Dezul Quillan, the crafting portion of this... Well, duh. Oh, cool. We all have field notes. Greetings, Ny'ardbert. With the ceruleum engine now integrated, the Dezul Quillan is entering the final stages of construction. Not long now, not long at all. Once this airship is proven skyworthy, the field of aeronautics will never be the same again. There is, however, another favor I would ask of you. Are you familiar with Geralt, the master weaponsmith who resides in Hurstmill? We'll have need of his legendary smithing talents if we are to complete our steering mechanism, the helm of the Dezul Quillan. Only he can properly combine and align the necessary components. Pray, take these materials to Geralt and request that he aids us in our endeavor. Oh no. You don't have Rowena to, like, browbeat him into participating. How will we convince him? Hi, Geralt. It's me, the guy who's working on Gabolge. That's not why I'm here, though. Will you help me build a steering apparatus for an airship? Take your business elsewhere, adventurer. I'm busy enough and my head feels like a kettle with some bastards trying to pound the dents out of. Pay no mind to Master Geralt, good sir. His temper is as short as his night of carousing was long. You can move? Now, what do you have that needs mending? A kettle? A cookpot? Nothing of the sort. Well, if you don't mind dealing with an apprentice, I should be happy to hear the details of your request. Well, I could talk about it at least. Sorry, that guy has been there for my entire experience with this game, so seeing him just, like, turn and walk threw me off something fierce. Anyway, we're trying to get a airship helm working. Now then, sir, what manner of task has brought you to our humble forge? As I just said. Materials required to craft components for the Dezul Quillan's helm. Ah, a custom-made helm to fit a new breed of airship. Tricky. I can understand why you would seek Master Geralt's expertise. Though he is first and foremost a forger of weapons, the masterpieces he creates demands a flair for innovation and an eye for the minutest of details. Should he turn his hand to crafting your vessel's helm, then I can promise you that the end result will be of unparalleled quality. As you have witnessed, however, the Master's present demeanor falls somewhere short of amenable. Beyond the threat of debt collection, there's little that will convince him to take up his hammer. Are you yourself not an artisan of some skill? Then allow me to suggest that you take a portion of these materials and craft the finest helm spokes you can manage. The sight of such painstaking workmanship should serve to stir the embers of professional curiosity in Master Geralt's soul. Despite his grumbling, he is not one to back down from a challenge. Here, I shall return your materials. Consider the tools of our meager workshop to be at your disposal. I wouldn't exactly call it meager. This is the place of legends. But regardless, I am thankful. Helm component. I need to have the gloves that make me worse at things. There we are. Ooh, those are real numbers. Alright. Not a challenge for us, but... yeah, as you can tell, we may not have finished the blacksmith quests yet, depending on what order these things come out in. But we are a pretty good blacksmith at this point. In fact, we've got most of the crafting classes most of the way capped. Sorry, not capped. At the end of this expansion. Obviously, the cap is 90, and this expansion ends at 50. But... Alright, we got him. Hey, I know you don't want to help, but would you mind taking a look at my work to make sure it's up to snuff? Thank the gods. That drink demon Smitty's stopped using me head as an anvil. Yeah? Still bloody here, are you? I swear to the seven hells. What's this, then? Made these while I was trying not to puke on my apron, did you? Fine bit of work. Never pegged you for an artisan, but even with this level of skill, you still felt the need to come to old Geralt, eh? There's none that have your renown. So what's the job? You want me to take this handiwork of yours and make a steering mechanism for your flying boat? Is that it? More or less. Alright, I'll do it. I know that fire in your eyes, and bugger me if I don't respect it. Might be as I'll need some time to get the work done, though. I don't fancy making finicky adjustments until the fog of booze is good and gone. Once I'm satisfied it's ready, though, I'll have the finished parts delivered to your shipyard. Okay, that's a good sign. Oh? Cutscene by proximity. Ny'ardbert, you're back! Master Geralt agreed to the task? Excellent, excellent. I can think of no other major barriers preventing us from completing the Ehcatl. You jinxed it. An airship? That is some impressive flying to have been able to land in the black. Oh, okay, never mind. It just phases through shit. That'll do it. All blades stand ready to begin the extraction. Oh shit, I need to put on weapon gear. Spare no mercy for these feathered savages. Who comes barging into Sezul's camp? Remember, inviting armed thugs to breakfast, Sezul does not. Save your indignation, beastman. You'll roast for kidnapping Master Tataramu. Kidnapping? See you any shackles around his ankles? Free as a bird, Tataramu is. How did you even find me here? How many times must I tell you to leave me be? Enough of this petulant nonsense, Tataramu. Father? Father? Ah, chief of Highwind Skyways clan you must be. This is the workshop for which you've caused us so much fuss. There are no proper tools, no materials. Why, it barely qualifies as a dumping ground for our factory's refuse. What is it you wish to do, boy? If you want to tinker with airships, the company has them in abundance. I'll have Coulson arrange for one of those new Garland Ironworks models to be docked in a spare hangar. No, Father, you don't understand. This is not some game or idle pursuit. Call my camp for dumping refuse, do you? Shove cerulean hose up chairman's backside, says Wood, if already there broomstick wasn't. What foul company you've been keeping. These birdmen have obviously deceived you. Do you honestly believe such brutish creatures capable of building a functional airship? You were the one guilty of deceit. The Ehcatl are the reason we were able to take to the skies in the first place. Why do you insist on hiding the truth? Are you so afraid of damaging the company's reputation? Or are you simply too proud to admit that we borrowed the knowledge of beastmen savages? Fear and pride can only weigh us down. Only by casting aside such ballast can we truly reach the heights of which we are capable. I'll not stand here and be lectured by my own child. Cease this impudence at once. Sir, we really must be away. There are those 2 items of business in Limsa Lominsa that require your attention, followed by a dinner engagement with Councillor Thurston at the Coral Tower. Yes, we are almost done here. Bring my son. If he decides to struggle, there is no need to be overly gentle. A small dose of discipline will do him good. Father, you cannot do this! Please, listen to me. Harm Tataramu you will not. Stab you first with feathers, then pluck you, then roast you, says Ulwil. Well, that's not great. I assume that means this isn't the ending. Gone, Tataramu is! Taken, strangled, and stomped on his dreams were. For first time in Sezul's life, wish to harm Featherless One. Sezul does. Share with them secrets of balloons, and now they think they own the skies, they do. Dezul Qualan stays grounded. Integrate final components we cannot. Patience now. Wait and hope for Tataramu's return we must. Occupy ourselves with crafting needed parts. But if Chairman sets foot in Ehcatl 9's camp again, stuff into sack and be bloody with tree branch, says Ulwil. We are respected. Thanks to your diligent efforts, the Dezul Qualan now has a functional steering mechanism. Continue assisting the Ehcatl 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. It really does seem like it's almost done. Okay. Well, last steps, I guess. We have another couple days of chores to do, and then let's see if we can get Tataramu back. We'll cut ahead for you guys. Our thrilling conclusion here. Alright, so we've raised 990 reputation. I think this is the last tier of this, I hope? Let's see if we can go rescue our little Lullafell friend from the terrors of responsibility. Never be royal. Greetings, Ny'ardbert. Mood of the camp. Dampened it is. Dark and dreary. Lie dormant, Dezul Qulan does. Like deflated balloon. Fly without Tataramu's touch. It cannot. Rely on Tataramu we did. More than Sezul realized. Become a heart of Ehcatl 9 Tataramu has. Despise this helpless feeling, Sezul does. Ask Ny'ardbert to visit Gridania and parley with Highwind Skyways. Sezul would. Only fledglings sit and screech and do nothing. Tataramu needs to fly, and give him that chance we will. So serious Sezul has become. Oh, bring small featherless one back to us. Ny'ardbert must. Alright. Back to Gridania. Alright, so the airship landing. I love the fat chocobo chick. What a good pet. Oh, a private clerk. I'm sorry, were you addressing me? If you've a business proposal or seek employment, then I must ask you first make an appointment with the official company represent... You wish to know Tataramu's whereabouts? I assume you were referring to Master Tataramu. Forgive me, but I must inquire as to your relationship with the chairman's son. I fail to see how someone of your apparent... It's you! You were there in that filthy Ehcatl camp! You're the one who conspired with those Battalan savages to kidnap Master Tataramu. Well, I'm certainly not about to share any information with a disreputable ruffian such as you. Shoo! Begone! I should be late in boarding the chairman's flight to Kurthas. It's a very important meeting at the observatorium with very important people. Well, that tells me. Also, like, how do you still think that he was kidnapped? There's no way he's not pushing back on that. Like, you had to threaten him to make him come home. You again? How did you know where to... Well, I'll not stumble like that a second time. Now keep quiet. Chairman Tatabaru is engaged in extremely delicate negotiations and is not to be disturbed. You're still asking after Master Tataramu? Will you not be silent? If you absolutely must know, the young man accompanying us here as part of his continuing education in company management. His chambers are guarded by our loyal, not to mention lethal, retainers, so you can forget any plans to spirit him away again. Understood. Yeah, let's do this warrior. Better tanky than not. anywhere here, though. No? Where could he be? It has to be somewhere that is big enough to keep him and these retainers. So maybe up? Okay, the tower is within the radius. Mostly, at least. No. 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 This one's a stumper. Where else haven't I looked? Is there anything outside the camp? That notification there about the sense the presence of a powerful mark usually means there's like one of the big hunts happening. Was no one shouting about it in chat, so maybe not. Where is... Aha! Those are your loyal and lethal retainers. Hello, Tatarama. Oh, Ny'ardbert, what are you doing here? Zazul sent you. Broken without me, you say. I never imagined that the absence of my skills would be so keenly felt. I am flattered, but as dearly as I would love to stroll out the door with you, I'm afraid things aren't that simple. My father dragged me along on the pretense that I would be learning the trade, then confined me to this room. I'm practically a prisoner. You see the guards on your way in? Should I attempt to take even one step across the threshold, those company-bought thugs will stop me in my tracks. I mean, they can't stop me, but if you don't want to do it that way, that's fine. There must be a way past them that doesn't involve outright violence. Bribery? I have it! You must needs speak with Templeton, the Skywinds employee stationed here at the observatorium. He's a Skywinds employee. That shitter? Okay. He's aided us with component crafting before, and is one of the few people in the company I might consider an ally. Wily he may be, but it is that exact trait that will serve us now. I must escape this room without creating too much of a commotion. Speak with Templeton at the Observatorium's crafting facility. We have need of his crafty mind. Oi, Templeton. Good day to you, adventurer. What may poor Templeton do to serve you on this cold and miserable day? Which, come to think of it, fairly well describes every day on this god-forsaken, croc-infested stretch of icy hell. Looking to break Master Tataramu from his confinement, are you? Well now, I'm sure I couldn't possibly lend my assistance to such a shady undertaking, and I certainly wouldn't suggest the use of a particularly potent sleeping potion. Wink, wink. Our sellswords have grown fond of drinking mulled wine in an effort to forget their freezing extremities, and I'm sure they wouldn't question the appearance of another bottle on the table. It would hardly be your fault if they overindulged and found themselves snoring under the table till morning. Away with you and your nefarious schemes. And be sure to pass on my regards to the chairman's son. Expertly crafted by Templeton, this half-empty wine bottle happens to be half full of a potent sleeping potion created at the Alchemist's Guild. Ny'ardbert, what news? Was Templeton able to offer a solution to our dilemma? He gave you what? A sleeping potion? Well, I hope this concoction has no lasting ill effects. If past experiences ought to go by, those retainers should be well into their cups by now. I'll sneak past as quickly as I dare and meet you outside. Yep, they are asleep. Didn't even bother to sit down. So far, so good, it would seem. Now, let's return to Sezul's camp before my father concludes his negotiations. A word with you, Master Tataramu. Coulson, when did you arrive in Kurthis? It's good to see you. I know what you're planning, lad, and you know what will happen should you go through with it. Your father will not tolerate this defiance. You've taken his side. I thought that you, at least, would support me in this. Pray take a moment to consider your father's perspective. He only wants what is the best for the future chairman of Highwind Skyways. The world you stand to inherit is not the world in which the rest of us live. There are commoners, and there are kings. We are all born into our fates and the responsibilities they bring. I am no prince. I'm but the privileged brat of an airship empire. And how did that empire come into being? Highwind Skyways merely copied the balloons of the Ehcatl and hopped a little into the air. I care not for our company's reputation or its profits. Fortune, prestige, its aims are so low. Sezul and his Ehcatl 9 are reaching for the heavens. They have grand dreams and a passion unlike any I've seen before. They seek to restore their lost wings, and God's damn it, I would help them. I would share in that vision, soar in that same sky. That is all I wish for. Go, Master Tataramu. I will speak with the chairman myself. I will convince him of the depth of your desire, as you have convinced me. You will? I have underestimated you, young sir. Those eyes. That mask of determination. It is like witnessing a decades-old memory come to life. There can be no doubt that your grandfather's blood runs hotly in your veins. Coulson. Quickly now, off with you. The longer I stand here in the biting cold, the more my hips start to ache. Oh, for the fervent heat of youth. Come, Ny'ardbert. We've kept Zazul waiting long enough. Oh no. Is this the end of the quest? Oh no. That means there's another tier, probably. How long is this quest chain? Chief Totalak, your designer has returned. Zazul? Fogged up for no reason, Goggles did. Not cheers of joy, no, humidity. Listen well, Tataramu. Make up for lost time we must. Work and work until Dezul Qulan is complete. Until hands ache and sweat turns to blood. Yes, sir. That's the Ehcatl. Found you. Found camp we have. Reeking pile of dung hidden in forest. No, not now. Knew you were sneaking about, we did, but know why we did not until now. Preening feathers for forest people, making unsanctioned balloon. Crime against goddess and our people you have committed. Harsh your punishment will be. Break it all, burn it down. Leave you to stew in fear we shall. Hear of this treachery our Nautilon brothers will. Ah! Pluck their feathers, snap their bones! Zazul, what do we do? Found us, they have. Zazul knew this day would come. Ah, too soon it is! But complete Dezul Qulan we can. Can we do it right now? You're honored. Okay. Thanks to your diligent efforts, the construction of the Dezul Qulan is almost complete. With the return of Tataramu, a few final adjustments are now all that stand between Ehcatl 9 and the distant skies. Oh my god. Okay, so I need to get 1,320 more reputation with these people in order to get this last step. Ooh, boy. Alright, guys. Well, guess I'll be back in a bit. Alright. After much work and a whole bunch of chores, it seems like it's finally time to put the finishing touches on the Dezul Qulan. So, Zazul, what would you have us do? One last task he would have you perform. There's a battle portion. Okay, I don't know what order that's going to be in, so I'm going to put the battle quest on first. Oh, I have to be in the crafting class. Okay. Ah! Day to be remembered this is. At last, at long last. Complete! Dazul Qualan we will. Rejoice! Cry! Soil self in excitement! Matter of attaching and calibrating final components it is. Then up, up, up into the sky before Natalan fanatics arrive. Task for Ny'ardbert, Azul has. Final task to craft finishing component. Take these materials to Fallgord float, Ny'ardbert must. Expect Ny'ardbert's finest works, Azul does. Alright. Ny'ardbert, I know you've seen me come do chores a million times over, but it's time for one last one. Look at these materials, please. Hello there, adventurer. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said hello there. Hello there. Materials required to craft components used to place the finishing touches on a Ehcatl airship, the Dazul Qualan. Ah, I see you're seeking to craft your final airship component. I recognize the materials, but I would not dream of attempting the synthesis myself. I'm certain that you will have no trouble, of course. Here are your materials back. The facility is yours. Alright. Let's put on our special bird person gloves. And make the final component. The finishing component. Looks like there might be one more. What a difficult craft. Alright, let's turn this in. Oh. Wolves there. I guess that's what the mount will be. Ny'ardbert, the Dazul Qualan is almost ready to fly. I'm sorry. I cannot... I'm just so ecstatic. Ny'ardbert, quickly now, quickly! Have the final component, we must. Yes, exactly what we need this is. Final piece of Dazul Qualan. Chief Totalok, terrible news there is. What? News? What news? Heard from our little bird in Natalan we have. War balloon pilots have begun priming airstones, Tuzal says. Priming airstones? That sounds ominous. Yes, seek to harness blessings of Garuda, they do. Stones provide propulsion for balloons. Signal preparations for coming sortie, this does. Sent details of assault Tuzal has. Fly here to Ehcatl and destroy Dazul Qualan balloon squadron will. Thick-skulled zealots. Obey goddess or face annihilation, they say. Shriveled and dead their souls are. The Ehcatl 9 is a gathering of crafters, not warriors, and this camp is defenseless against attacks from the air. We're doomed, aren't we? Speak truth, little No-Feathers does. Everything we have worked for. Go up and smoke it will. Cease your screeching, fledgling. Need to think. Cripple this attack somehow we must. Ny'ardbert. Not so final was final task. Ask one more boon of Ny'ardbert, says Woolwood. Dangerous mission for one true warrior among us.
Stop war balloons from ever taking off, Ny'ardbert must. But swiftly now, swiftly. Once they are airborne, soon float beyond our reach they will. Make haste for Natalan and snowy Curthis. Make contact with Tuzal Toltan. Know how to sabotage assault he will. Ny'ardbert handles fanatics. Rest of Ehcatl 9 continue with preparations for maiden flight. Huddle and nest and wait to die we will not. Gifted artisan Ny'ardbert is, but need Ny'ardbert's skill in battle more. Ehcatl 9 now does. Hear pitiable wails of beaten dung for Brainixel from here, Sezul would. Do they truly intend to destroy the Dezul Qulan? I just don't understand it. Please, Ny'ardbert, you cannot let this happen.
Alright. Time to slip into something more comfortable. Go crack some skulls. Come, Gaba. Let's see what Natalan has in store for us. Hello. What's going on here? Is that an airstone?
Featherless weapons reinforcements promised by Ehcatl? Shh, keep voice down, you must. Wish to attract attention of these vicious air skulls, we do not. Thank your gods, Balloon Squadron has not yet left ground. Flotation bladders are filled and ready, but take much time preparation of air stones does. Charged by power of vortex array, stones are. Once stones are fully primed, load them onto balloons and take off, air skulls will. Before that happens, disable vortex array. We must. No power means no propulsion. Simple enough, yes? Tools for sabotage Tuzal has. Corrupted crystal shards. Insert these into turrets of vortex array and disperse elemental wind currents they will. But begin with primary turret you cannot. Disable secondary turrets first. Very important. Delicate and dangerous work disrupting flow of elemental power is. Look, Featherless One. See you this glowing device? One of 3 secondary vortex turrets it is. Try inserting shard, yes? Good, very good. Understand how it is done now, Featherless One does, yes? Within Natalan, 2 more of these you will find. Sabotage both remaining secondary devices, then seek out primary turret. Once main turret is down, cease feeding power to air stones. Vortex array will. Then hurry back to Ehcatl and witness trial flight we can. Alright. Let's see if Ny'ardbert can help us out here. Primary turret.
think they'd be more protected. Like, there's like a guard out front, but that's it. Let's take the shortcut. You. And a second one.
Ah! Robbed balloons of propulsions, featherless one has. But sense something amiss, Tuzal does. Report to Chief Totolok, Tuzal will. Remain in Natalan and keep eye on air skulls, featherless ones. No, better option there is. From top of Observatorium, observe both lands of Kurthus and Black Shroud at same time, featherless one can. Send small featherless one to join you, Tuzal will. Welcoming of sneaky Ehcatl at tower they are not.
It's not on top. Alright. There you are, Todorama. You know, the view's better on the roof.
Where have you been, Ny'ardbert? Have you not heard? There was another of those vortex turret devices hidden in a ravine in Natalan. It would seem the Ehcatl air skulls were craftier than Tuzal gave them credit for. Let's continue to the roof and see what we can see. There's only the one war balloon that managed to prime its airstone. I'm afraid one is all those zealots will need. Without ballistas or even archers, the Ehcatl 9 can do naught to prevent their fanatic kin from dropping explosive munitions right into the camp. Ah, over there! It's heading south, towards the Twelveswood. Blast and bother it all. I feel so helpless. Why must fate be so cruel? Ah! Bring balloon directly over unbelievers' dung heap. Smash and burn their little toy we will. Chieftain, alone up here we are not.
What's happening?
Good gods, it's the Blackjack. I'd know my father's ship anywhere. Father, what madness are you planning? That boy's whims will be the death of me. He did it!
What did I tell you? Sturdy Skyways construction. That Beastman blimp never stood a chance. Please, Chairman. You endanger yourself and the company's future, both. I believe I shall be sick. Oh, pipe down, will you? I haven't felt this alive in years. And besides, Highwind Skyways is a more than competent successor. Let us arrange a meeting with him now, shall we? But what of your appointments? The Syndicate awaits our arrival in Ul'dah, and following that, you have an arrangement with Master Gagaresiu in Costa del Sol. Cancel them. All of them. But sir... He's using the signal lamp. MEETIXALICAMP. Do not be late. He could just use a link pearl, but Father would insist on doing things the hard way. Come on, Ny'ardbert, let's be off. Oh, what am I doing? Welcome back, Ny'ardbert. With the Ny'ardbert Ixal grounded for the moment, we should have some breathing room to put the finishing touches on the Dezul Qulan.
Ah, to featherless ones this day belongs. From Tuzal about mid-air ramming to Zezul heard.
Father. Coulson had a few words with me. I'd thought myself too old for one of his lectures, but apparently I was wrong. I've heard that the Ixal are people who lost their wings, people whose greatest wish is to once more fly freely amongst the clouds. And what the invention of their balloons was a step forwards towards reclaiming that which they once had. But perhaps we were the ones who truly lost the freedom of flight. Tataramu, when I look upon your face now, I'm reminded of words I've not thought of in years. Spread your wings and soar. That was the slogan coined by our company's founder, by our grandfather.
Stop! Splitzer's side, you will.
Have I said something amusing?
Spread your wings and soar, you must. Dezul Qualan's favorite saying it was.
Your mentor said that. And it was not only your technology that Highwind Skyways borrowed, but your philosophy as well? Chief Totalok, I wish to apologize for the disrespect I have shown you. Without the contributions of the Ixal, my company would not be where it is today. My father, Tatanora, owed his success to the knowledge he learned under the tutelage of Dezul Qulan. On behalf of Highwind Skyways, I extend my fullest gratitude to you and your people.
Ah! Enough! Make Zezul squirm in front of the fledglings, Tatabaru will. Give thanks to Zezul would. Brought dream within Ehcatl 9's grasp, Chairman's son has. Brought Ehcatl 9 within reach of Ehcatl. Tataramu, time to launch our bird into sky, yes? Yes, sir.
Commencing trial flight preparations for the Dezul Qulan. All crew members begin pre-flight inspections. It is a beautiful vessel. My boy is hiding some truly revolutionary ideas in that obsessive head of his. Like grandfather, like grandson. I believe you are owed a debt of gratitude as well, adventurer. It was due in no small part to your actions that the dream of my son and his Ehcatl colleagues now stands to become reality.
Dezul is watching even now, Zezul thinks. Arrive on Paradise's doorstep soon enough we will. Spread our wings and soar we shall.
I think I'm gonna wait for the weather to change. But then we'll finish this up. I feel I've lived the last decade of my life with my eyes shut. I have you and your friends here to thank for opening them. I am honored to be able to witness the efforts of your labor come to fruition. Our main offices are in an uproar about the chairman's sudden change in schedule. To the hells with it. I would see this amazing airship fly.
20 winters ago, hop into balloon and vanish into the wide blue skies, Zezul's mentor did. Ride air currents up to heights where Dezul awaits, we now can.
I don't know how often weather changes. So we'll do a quick cut here, and we'll either be just down the stairs doing that, or the weather will be different. Alright, a new day has dawned, and though the skies are not clear, the fog at least is lifted. So let's see about this maiden voyage. My dear Ny'ardbert, oh, the gratitude I would endlessly heap upon you. There are no words to express the joy I feel in this moment. But perhaps I'm being premature. Why, the ship is yet to even leave the ground. I must focus on the task at hand and be sure that every bolt is tightened and every knot secured. There is, in actual fact, one more request I would make of you. The absolute final one, I promise. This is a figurehead I've been working on. I'd like you to take the rest of the materials and craft the finishing component. Some high-quality rivets. We wouldn't want the Dezul Qulan losing our figurehead mid-flight, would we? Here are the items you'll need. Pray present them to Zezul and see that we have his blessings on the design. Zezul, Tataramu wants to add something.
Mischanced empty bladder, Ny'ardbert has. In less wish to miss inaugural flight test, Ny'ardbert does.
Materials required to craft components for a traditional Ehcatl feathered figurehead.
Alright. Figurehead component materials. Familiar design this is. When did Tataramu learn to craft traditional flying charm? Feathers of figurehead serve to remind Ehcatl of ancestors, and ward balloons against capricious nature of sky they do. Impressed with Tataramu's foresight, Zezul is. Have Zezul's blessings to complete figurehead, Ny'ardbert does. Crafting this component is simple matter, yes? Be sure, then, to pour all Ny'ardbert's skills into task. Finish part and return to Tataramu before final inspections are complete, Ny'ardbert must. See figurehead proudly attached for test flight, Zezul would.
Last one. get this thing on and ready to roll. Ny'ardbert, you brought the last part of the figurehead? There you go. Thank you. This will do perfectly. I think I'm ready. Ready to entrust my life to the Dezul Qulan and aim for the highest skies. You're all but done with the last round of inspections. It would be safest if you were to withdraw several steps. Only the gods know how this unfolds. Oh, I don't get to ride it?
Ehcatl 9, arrived at long last, moment of truth has. To Ehcatl we fly. Ignite cerulean propulsion engine. Cerulean gas primed and ready. Engine fuel pumping. Air pressure and temperature favorable.
Engine output is steady. Instrument readings within expected parameters. Extend the wings. Open the throttle.
Release moorings. Clear for takeoff.
Hold to spread those wings before you clear the pitch you're in. But the Dezul Qulan is away.
Fly it does.
Oh.
Too low it flies. Something wrong there is. It is the witch's shroud. God damn it, why now?
The sudden disturbance in ethereal density above the crown of trees can produce turbulent air currents, a rare phenomenon peculiar to the Black Shroud and the bane of even the most seasoned airship pilot. Keep her steady, Tataramu. Ride the wind, don't fight against it. Extend wings to full trim. Release primary and tertiary ballast. The ship won't turn. Come now, Dezul Qulan, is this all you have? Fly, damn you, we built you better than this! Fly! Fly! Fly, Tataramu, fly!
Spotted Dezul Qulan from Natlan vantage point, Tuzal has. Indicate altitude of 5,000 yalms, instruments do. Soar like bird it does. Soar like bird.
Oh, you made it back. Oh, you parked the ship again. Okay.
Listen to Sazul, Ny'ardbert. To have dream is not enough. Chase it you must. Stand still for Ny'ardbert, it will not. Sound like philosopher, Sazul does. Maybe chosen wrong profession, Sazul has.
Ny'ardbert, the test flight was a complete success. It was a shaky start, but the Dazul Kulan and I both returned unharmed. And we've reached our target altitude of 5,000 yalms. That's higher than any Eorzean airship has ever flown. A new aeronautic record. Unofficial though it may be. Despite its impressive performance, however, the Dazul Kulan still cannot achieve that which Sazul dreams, to climb above and beyond the clouds and arrive on the legendary shores of Ehcatl. But we'll continue to improve and tweak our prototype, and one day we will catch a glimpse of that floating paradise. There is no record that cannot be broken. By the by, Ny'ardbert, there's something I've been meaning to ask you for the longest time. I know why I am here, but whatever brought you to the Ehcatl Mines camp? I like the, oh, that's a good question, but, well, one thing led to another, and your original mission was to respond to an Ixali threat? I do believe you've gone above and beyond, and somewhere quite far to the left of the call of duty. I dare say the Twin Adder officer who enlisted your services is by now rather alarmed by your prolonged absence. Yeah, no kidding. Perhaps you should report back to Gridania and put her mind at ease. I mean to remain in Ehcatl and help Sazul and his crew expand the field of aeronautics. Pray visit, if you will, and lend a helping hand. Alright, back to Gridania. Yes, Ny'ardbert? What can I do for... Oh! The attack on Ehcatl Spire! The captain mentioned that he'd sent you out to investigate further, but I'd completely forgotten you were still... that is to say, the Ixal appear to have abandoned their plans to assault our towers. Excellent work, adventurer. We must, however, remain alert and at the ready. The thought of those war balloons drifting over the city walls is one of our citizens' greatest fears. A nightmare that we must never allow to become reality. I shall likely have need of your services in the days to come, so pray keep your skills honed and your blades sharp. Did you hear the news, by the way? There was some excitement here in Gridania while you were off trampling the underbrush. The son of Highwind Skyways, Chairman Tatabaru, suddenly vanished into thin air. Folk were crying foul play, though no body or blood was in evidence. He's already been found. Huh. Well, perhaps now things can return to normal. Achieved sworn reputation at the Ehcatl 9. That's Ixal, folks. Alright, that concludes the last of the individual tribal quests for A Realm Reborn. And you might say, where are the sylphs? Well, they'll be getting some sort of summary at the start of the next thing. What's the next thing, you might ask? The Allied Tribal Quest. There is a quest line that is all of the tribes together. I have no idea what it's about or how it works because I never unlocked it on my previous character. I am very excited to see where this goes. But until next time, see you around. Ny'ardbert will return.